So this is it. This is pickup day. We just bought this JDM imported BMW 320i with a 325i motor swap, manual transmission. It's been turboed. It is very nice, all original paint and bodywork, no rust. It is a very clean example. We're gonna get it flat decked home because it is snowing today. Yeah. The interior is a little bit worn, but no problem. Nice MTech 2 steering wheel. It's been refinished. Nice stitching on it. No sunroof, slick top. Back seat's pretty clean. Pretty basic, but very, very nice condition. That's the hard thing to get. I didn't think I would love these wheels, but I really actually do like these wheels quite a lot. Why am I driving this thing home like this on .R slicks? Ah! Car wash. Touchless car wash, so I don't know, yeah. Yes, I have the bumper lip and the fog light trim, or maybe I'll put fog lights back in, I'm not entirely sure. But this is the car. And these are the wheels that we're talking about. You guys may recognize these. These have been like sold under a few different brands. ep1, I think they were, but these ones are M Technicas. And they're sized up to like 16 by 8 for the E30. And they've kind of grown on me. Interior, it's just the comfort interior. But it's in, nice shape, but we're gonna try and find the sport stuff. This is the car, these are the tires. What are these anyway? Bridgestone RE71 RS. I don't like the lug nuts that stick out so far. I'd like to get shorter ones. When the hell did that happen? Good grief. Here's the wheels off the Del Sol. Maybe I'll put these on here. Similar sizing. There's pop the hood. This is one of the nice things about this one. Is he fixed up a lot of the wiring. He shaved off a bunch of the stuff. Like look at cool little whatever Japanese sticker saying God knows what. Probably gonna change out this catch can. This is like a eBay jobber catch can. But everything's been touched on this thing. Like everything is clean. This is the business end. Now, I don't know who in their right mind wants the battery, this is the battery right here, wants the battery touching the exhaust pipe. This battery is going to be put back in the trunk. Why it was moved up front, I don't know why it was moved up front. There's just no need for it. I don't know. Maybe in the Japanese ones it always was in the front? I don't think so. Oh yeah, it's got the BC coils. See, the camera's close to maxed out, but not really. Not sure how much camera's on there right now. This is a whole set H1 C1 turbo with the, I'm entirely sure, I can't remember. It's like a Tim's turbo, 8mm housing. We'll see what's going on. Got a filter, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now this thing is rubbing on the side of the fender here. I don't know why it would be doing that. Maybe it wasn't put together quite right. Maybe there's supposed to be a spacer behind it. I gotta look into that. Status of the Beamer is needs front wheel bearing. It needs a cold start tune. It needs the short shifter is way too short of a shifter. It's like very notchy and like very, very heavy to move. It's not, you know, intuitive. It doesn't feel like you can flick it. So one thing I liked about the Del Sol overdriving this was the Del Sol immediately gave you this ocean of confidence, and you could basically just within 5 minutes of driving it, just be able to like just kind of really kind of push it a bit. And the steering was so direct, and the shifting was just flicking your wrist, and it was just, it's gonna get immediately easy to drive well. This one takes a lot more getting used to. Everything's kind of heavy, like the throttle is like a heavy pedal. The shifter's got like a bunch of resistance to it. The steering is not as good. The feedback isn't nearly as good as the Honda. But I mean, that's, we kind of know that stuff, right? And of course the E30s are still kind of like dinosaurs when it comes to suspension, especially the rear. By this point, like 84 was the first 190e Mercedes. They had already switched to like an anti-squat Z-Link independent rear suspension, which then Nissan basically immediately copied and used in the 240SX, the like the S13, S14, 15. And this is still on like more of a swing arm, which is more like the Mark II Supras and like the mid-80s 300ZX, like what do they call those, Z31s? Z31? Where it squats a lot. It's just a big swing arm, and so when it squats, you get a lot of camber change, but you also get a bunch of toe change. It just doesn't have good geometry over its full stroke. It has trouble maintaining optimal geometry. But on the track, you have much stiffer suspension. You have a lot less suspension travel. And so if you just get it to the ride height that you need, get it all corner balanced, and then once it's at the ride height you need, you get it aligned for the toe and camber you want. And because you don't have a ton of travel because you have much stiffer suspension, then it stays well within its range. Still not quite as good, but the problem is greatly reduced. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to get sport seats in this thing. I don't want leather sport seats. I want fabric sport seats. I want to reupholster them. But anyway, yeah, all the glass is good. It's all like BMW glass, OEM. This is the other cool thing. It's from Japan, right? Where's the VIN? They don't have them on here. They didn't need them. The other cool thing is because this is the 80s, and the 80s BMWs in Japan, for some reason or whatever reason, maybe they're just imported, but this car was actually sold new in Japan, so I don't know what the deal is exactly, but it's left-hand drive. A lot of the early BMWs and Mercedes that come out of Japan are right-hand drive. Or, sorry, left-hand drive, which is cool. So, yeah, there we are. This is the car. I dig it. Yeah. Okay, so we do have USB cable here. Now, before I go and do anything stupid, get the files up. Okay, first off, ignition switch, yeah. Opening Tuner Studio. I'm just trying to figure out which things to use here. It's my first time ever doing this, so I'm trying to figure out which file to use to download things. Okay, file. Okay, so found the file, saved it. Turbo E31. Okay, save. Startup idle. Warm up enrichment. Ah, okay, okay. Cool. Okay, just adding more fuel enrichment to the idle till the coolant warms up. Maybe this one can come down a little bit. Okay, idle enrichment is set. Okay, burn. Okay, close, yeah, close. And so close. Yeah, it's totally working. Everybody online was like, oh, it never works on a Mac. It always crashes. Whee! Keys right there on the door. Okie dokie. Here we go. What the heck is down there? No, it's fine. I wouldn't worry about that. The shifter throws are way too short. They're like click, click. That's fourth. That's third. It's like fourth, third. Like left, right. It's like that's it. It's not enough. I need. It's like neutral. First. Second. I don't have any leverage. Okay. This is where it usually will die. Right after this. Once it tries to control the idle, it'll come down. Yeah. I totally just fixed it by enriching the idle enrichment. Like I do tuning like this at work. This is my job. It's really, really rich right now. But as it warms up, it'll go down.
Right. That's real time right now.
That, yeah. And then this is like where the fuel table wants it to be.
Right.
But I'm basically almost doubling the fuel. It's like 80% more fuel than what the table says.
For cold start?
Yeah, just for cold start. Once the coolant temperature comes up, like you can see here, right? 11.3, that's what it's trying to get to right now. On the table, it says like 14, but I'm asking for like a lot of enrichment on top of that. So the table will stay the same.
We're just gonna try and roll you back to get more of the exhaust going out.
Okay. So now as it's warming, it's getting higher and higher. So there you go. All you gotta do is, I can close this now. So I just went to start up idle, warm up enrichment, and I just brought this line higher up. Most people say like if it's like from freezing and lower, you want like 200%, and then ramp it down to like this is 100%. This means no change from your fuel map, but as it gets colder, it ramps up. So this has worked out really well. I'm sitting at 12.4 or 12.2, whatever. Great. Now we will just film with the other camera, me backing out of here, I guess.
You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
All windows are up.